Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing amazing. So, just wanted to get on this morning and welcome myself back because I have been gone for a lot of reasons that I'm going to talk about this morning. And also throughout the day, talking about kind of what the repercussions are to checking out. But sometimes you just have to check out. I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes you just got to check out. You got to get yourself together. It's not that I wanted to or that I planned to. It was almost like just too many things started happening at once. And I had to just step back. Number one, good morning, Ursula. Number one, to catch myself. And a lot of times we are in the business. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, D. Morris, of catching everybody else. Good morning, Brother Keith. And so for years, I have been in the business of catching everybody else before they fall. And a lot of times we don't realize that in catching everybody else before they fall, who's going to catch you? Or are you even able to be caught? So I learned a lot of things. Number one, I'm going to start taking more time off. Hey, Tiffany. Good morning. I'm going to start taking more time off before I fall down. And I think that's a lesson possibly for all of us is that if you don't take the time, life, your body, your situation will make you take the time. And I think that time won't always be as enjoyable when you're forced to take it as when you get an opportunity to take it yourself. So definitely planning more time away, more time off. But then, really sitting back to say, what's important? Hey, Erica. And really understanding everything is not important. You can say amen in a minute. Everything is just not important. And I'm at the point where I just want to decide where to spend my time, where to spend my energy, where to spend my effort, where am I going to make the most impact, and be happy with that. And just really understanding one of the reasons that you work for yourself is so you do have the freedom. But as somebody who's worked all my life, I almost don't know what not working looks like. And I'm just being honest. Until I literally had to shut it all down. And it would be days I would be like, well, I'm going to go live today. And I just didn't have it in me. And as opposed to showing up halfway, I decided that I'm just not going to show up at all. I'm going to take some time. We was moving from pillar to post because the house had flooded because of the freeze. I just couldn't get comfortable. And, Brother Keith, burnout is a tricky thing. Sometimes burnout sneaks up on you. You don't even know you burnt out. Anybody ever went through that? Because when you're in the habit of taking steps day after day after day, and taking steps is your habit. Sometimes you're sleepwalking and you don't even know that you're burnt out. You're just doing the next thing and doing the next thing and doing the next thing and doing the next thing. And you've almost got to that point where you stop. Good morning, Will. Where you stopped evaluating what it is that you're doing and you're just taking steps. Good morning, Lenise. So I don't know, and a lot of you probably go through that. I mean, even with my job. Exactly, Mitch. It's like, okay, I'm not working, now what? But even at my job, I worked there so long, I didn't know that I was burnt out. Burnout is very, very subtle. And I thought, when the kids leave home, it's gonna get better. But let me tell you guys something about these children. Just because they leave home doesn't mean they leave home. I'm sorry, I should have said spoiler alert. For everybody that's waiting on your kids to leave home so you can have some peace. Yeah, leave home. Sorry. It's almost like they got worse at 20 somethings than they did at toddlers. Yeah, you know what, Mr. Keith? I think everybody, I would be remiss. Good morning, Selena. I would be remiss if I didn't tell the truth. I could have came back and act like nothing happened, but since y'all seen me, and it'll be 10 years, I'm having a profit planning session in July in Vegas to celebrate my 10 years in business. Brother Solomon, you probably know me about 5 of them. You've never seen me come up missing. I literally have never had a break since I started building this business. I went from working my job full time. Hey, Van, good morning. I worked my job full time. When I started my business in 2011, I was working a transition out of my job, which I did in 2015. But I went from then working 2 jobs to then just working my business around the clock. And I've never had a break. And guess what? I don't even call this last segment a break. That was more of a breakdown. I just was tired. I just said that, Sule. I said either your body gonna shut you down or life is gonna shut you down. I don't even call this last segment a break. That was more of a breakdown. That was more of, girl, I just wasn't feeling it. So yesterday was the 3rd anniversary of my mom passing. That's hard. That's super hard every year. You think it's gonna get better, but like it doesn't. So you got that. In addition to being displaced because of the storm, it's just it. Sometimes life just gets to be a lot. One of the reasons I fuss at you guys so much about your money and your revenue is that life is already enough without having to fight money. I'm gonna let you catch that in a minute. Life is hard enough. If you're gifted, if y'all gonna make me cry, don't be saying R.I.P. Granny. My kids cooked her favorite meal yesterday. It's just a lot. And between that, if you've ever had any major damage in your home, that's a lot. We've moved 5 different hotels in 5 weeks. That's a lot. That's a lot. So if you're already going through a lot, the least of your worries should be money. And that's why I fuss at you guys so much about your revenue, because you're gifted You're talented. Good morning, LaShawn. And in the scheme of things, money's not hard. Life. Life is hard. When it's all said and done, money's not scary. Business is not scary. So if you're sitting back, good morning, Berlin. If you're sitting back scared to go build your business, I can tell you now that the scariest thing in the world is feeling like you on this planet by yourself. That's scary. Good morning, TK, your VA. Good morning, Kamira. That's scary. And so I want you to start putting your fear into a priority system. You can't run through this life afraid of doing the things you were created to do. Be afraid of the right things. Good morning, Clarine. Be afraid of being on your job all your life. Be afraid of that. Be afraid of not having enough freedom as we get older. Be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of your business. Don't be afraid of your client telling you no. In the scheme of things, that's all just so very small. Really is. When it all comes down, all of those things that we say keep us from moving to the next level, they're all so trivial when you think about what you should be afraid of. And I'm going to be honest, the older I get, the more anxiety I have about everything. When I was little, I felt like I wasn't afraid of anything. Good morning, Just. And it seemed like the older I'm getting, the more I'm afraid of everything. I don't want Troy to drive fast. If the kids call me in the middle of the night, don't want nothing, I'm panicked the next day till I get them on the phone. Just everything is just so overwhelming. Even some movies, if it give me too much anxiety, I can't watch it. And I don't know where all of that, I don't know if that comes from just burning the candle at both ends. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. But I can promise you, my anxiety level on most days is just really, really, really high. And I don't know what to do about it. That may be true, Dean. We know the consequences of our actions, so that makes us more afraid. And that's possibly true. But I can tell you, I know the consequences of not taking action. So I'm not gonna lie. Good morning, Zany. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Still trying to figure it out. Mr. Will, I don't watch TV except for with Mr. Troy. I have not watched TV religiously in years. I normally don't have time. But every now and then he'll want me, because when you're in a relationship, can't always just do what you want to do. You gotta do something to please the other person. Amen. So he'll want me to watch TV with him. But baby, we end up watching cartoons. Because anything outside of Roadrunner is too stressful for me. Anything outside of Tom and Jerry and some of them cartoons. Some of them cartoons are too stressful. Baby, I gotta preserve my sanity. Erica could ask him. Ask him. I don't want to watch nothing but some cartoon. I'll be overwhelmed. It gets to be too much. Trying to figure out, is this character gonna get killed or who attacked the woman? It's just too much. So I don't know. I try not to be so stressed out, but sometimes I just am. That's what it is, Brother Keith. It's just I already have so much on my plate. And you know what, people have the nerve to tell me that I make it look easy. And I don't see it that way. I don't feel like I make it look easy. I feel like over the last 10 years, I worked really, really hard. And you can see me working hard. It's not like I just show up once a week and it's all good. Girl, come here. I do. Thank you, sweetheart. Hey, Felicia. You've been on my mind, sis. Don't you hate that? And I know people don't mean no harm. They don't, I think they mean it as a compliment, but it's not. And then they say things like, well, it's easy for you. What makes getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning any easier for me than it is for you? Last I checked, 5 o'clock was 5 o'clock for everybody. Last I checked. Oh, I'm gonna have to get that, Brother Keith. You know, and then not only that, I had to sacrifice a lot to get here. You know, when other people are still up watching TV, I got to go to bed if I'm going to get up early in the morning. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know that I need a new plan. I definitely need a new plan not to be so stressed. And it's not even always, I'm going to be honest, the job is the job. So it's not my business that stresses me out as much. Thank you, Brother Keith. As it is everything. It's just so many moving parts. And you know, the next level stresses me out too, because there's so many things I want to do that sometimes I feel like they collide. So, Kamir, where I normally wouldn't take you up on your offer for a personal assistant, girl, yes, 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 and yes, because I need some more hands. And you know, I've been looking for people to help. And y'all know good help is hard to find. Um, but it seems like when I do get help, it seems like I just need more. Yeah. So I know I gotta figure out how to reset. And I need to figure out how to reset every day. But it's a lot, and now every day dealing with the mortgage company, the insurance company, these contractors, that's its own drama. Then the business, that's its own drama. And then I need to build different legs of the business, they own drama. And then you run into points and times where I just miss my mom and I don't want to do nothing. And that's its own drama. And I know I'm not by myself because some of y'all been writing to-do lists since the 80s and ain't did the stuff yet. Some days I write my to-do list and just writing the list makes me tired. Can I be honest? Sometimes I write my to-do list and just the idea. So I do need some more volunteers. Uh oh, thank you, Felicia. Baby, I'm fine. My insurance paying for the hotels and all of that. But sometimes, I try not to be ungrateful because God's always giving me all of these ideas, and all of the ideas are to help other people out. And the word said he gives seed to the sower. So I know that as long as I continue to execute, he's gonna continue to give me ideas. It just gets to be a lot sometimes, but I think I would be better at it if my mom was still here. My mom was my best friend, my support system for 40 years. She was my cheerleader. Oh, thank you, Felicia. I appreciate you, sis. She was my confidant. She was the keeper of the secrets, big and small. She was my mediator with my kids when they act crazy. Mediated with me and Troy when we fought. And it's just hard. It's just hard. So all day yesterday, because yesterday is when she passed 3 years ago, was like, what was I doing right now? 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 And when I left that home that day, I never dreamed. I never dreamed them people would call me and tell me my mama was gone. I never dreamed it. And to this day, I still don't understand it. And to this day, some days I feel like I'm just hanging on by a thread. And people say things like, but other people need you, and your kids need you. But sometimes I don't care. Sometimes I'm just tired. And I feel like the one person that really understood me, that really breathed life into me, that really cheered for me, is gone. And it just all comes crashing down. I don't know. So every year, I feel like it should get better, but it doesn't. And sometimes it's so hard, it just takes your breath away. I don't know. Thank you, Will. I don't know. So I decided last night that I was going to keep going. I decided last night that I'm just going to have to figure it out as I go. And to be honest, like I don't work I don't work relentlessly, not like I used to. But it's it's the emotional tired. It's the spiritual tired. It's the mental. It's the mental tired. That's the hardest part. Oh, thank you, Kamir. I appreciate that. Well, people say it gets easier. Trina, I used to meditate. I used to wake up and I wouldn't do anything until I prayed and meditate. Now I just feel like I've gotten so far from a pattern. Yeah, Brother Keith, I don't know if I let work stop me from grieving. It really doesn't. You want me to be honest with you about what stops me from grieving? What stops me from grieving is that if I turn myself over to how I really feel, I'm not sure if I'll make it back. And that, my friends, is my truth. If I showed you how I really feel, I don't know if I make it back. You know what, Kamir? You're right. I got the tools to heal myself. I just got to figure out if I want to be healed. And that's my truth. It's a lot. So that's where I've been by myself with my thoughts, trying to make it through. And I don't really tell anybody because I think everybody's in the same boat. I don't think I'm any worse off than anybody else. I think everybody struggles. Everybody has a hard time. Everybody miss their mama. So I'm not the type of person that I feel like I miss my mama any more or any less than anybody else, whether she been gone yesterday or 10 years. It's just so hard. That's all. That's all. But I know it's hard for everybody. Right, Selena? And people say, well, talk to her. She's still there. I can't. So I don't. So I feel like I haven't talked to her in 3 years. So that's where I've been. Lost somewhere between here and there. Somewhere between, I got a lot of things I want to do. I got a lot of things I feel like God needs me to do. But I don't know if I want to do them or not. And that's the truth. I really think my mom and impressing my mom was a lot of my motivation. She was always so good to me. Always just wanted to be a good girl and return the favor. She always worked so hard. She always sacrificed. So it was a blessing for her not to have to work, for her to have a new car. And I just wanted her to be here to enjoy all this with me. And with her not here, it almost feels like, I don't know. I don't know. Some days I don't know. Some days I don't know. So just so you know, I don't always have it figured out. I got the business part, not the life part. But life is both parts. So the business part is not hard. It's finding the motivation. It's like knowing where you want to go, but do you really want to go? So I'm gonna need you guys' help in the days, weeks, and months to come. Because sometimes it makes you think, do what you do even matters? Like, does this really matter? Maybe I'm just fooling myself. People think you have it all together, but you don't. Nobody does. nephew, I say hello. Yeah. Can't win them all, right? You know what, Brother Keith? I've tried to find somebody to listen to me, and it doesn't work. I guess I just need to keep trying. Thank you, Faith. It's just that's where I'm in. So long story short, that's where I'm in. I've been lost in my thoughts, in my emotions, in my feelings, just lost. And so last night I decided I'm going to try to make my way back. Something that I learned about loss is that if you stay lost too long, it's harder and harder to come back. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. You're right, Brother Keith. Yeah, my mom's birthday is in July. So come July, I'm gonna have to fight the battle all over again. And this one snuck up on me. It was so much stuff going on, but my spirit knew. And then once it's just, hmm. But I'm back. So I'll be going live early in the morning. I can't leave y'all till y'all get y'all generational wealth in order anyway, right? I can't leave y'all till you're free, right? That's why I can't stay that long. But that's a great lesson from my mom. She used to tell me you could throw a pity party for 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes to throw your pity party. She said get your biggest balloons and yep, my mom's birthday is July 1st. She said get your streamers and get you a cake and you got 15 minutes to wallow in the floor, to fall out crying, and when that 15 minutes is over, you pop your balloons, you pack your streamers back in a package, you blow the candles out on your cake, and you keep going. Oh, brother, you did that. I know that's right, sir. I mean, it's the little things, guys. It's the little things that will drive you crazy. It is. So I'm gonna need help. I'm gonna need help to pull all this back together because I really have been absent. So if any of you guys want to volunteer to help me get this train back on the tracks, please send me a message. I got initiatives coming up that I really have just ignored because I just couldn't wrap my mind around it, at the time. So, oh, Patricia, I didn't know that. It's just, and going forward, I'm just going to have to plan for it and just take this time off every year. Because every year I'm running, I feel like I'm fine. And then all of a sudden I trip. And it's a month before I get back up. So for everybody here, everybody falls. Everybody falls. No matter how we look on the outside, everybody falls. No matter how successful you are, everybody falls. So I don't know about that one. Come here. That's just that's the stretch, planning something fun around those dates. Now that's the stretch. I don't know. I think I'll just plan to be gone. I think I'll just plan to be gone. But I think that's gonna be my best effort. So thank you for listening and watching me cry and snot all over the place. It's been a long way back. Oh, thank you, Florina. That's so beautiful. She said, when the womb that you grew in, when the womb that you grew in leaves the earth, your safe place and first home goes missing. The blessing is that a part of her is who you are. Her strength, her power, beauty, wisdom, endurance, resilience, and everything about her is seated inside of you. That's true. People always talk about um, how thoughtful I am, but that was her. That's who she was. She remembered everybody's birthday. She remembered everybody's. Thank you, Priscilla. She was just a good lady. I know everybody loved their mama, but Granny was a good. Let me tell you something. There are people in the world right to this day that will tell you they don't get any mail now that my mom is no longer on this earth. There are people that will tell you that my mom was the only person that sent them a birthday card. My mom was the only person that sent them a Christmas card. My mom was the only person that remembered, they it's just all these, she was just so thoughtful of me too. She was the person that took care of me while I took care of everybody else. And it's still little things to this day that I don't have because of her. Like she was the one that I always ordered my lotion and stuff from Bath and Body Works, and I don't have any, right? It's been 3 years. And the last tube of lotion I got is the last one she bought me. That's all I have. She was the one that kept my vitamins right, and it don't matter how hard I try, I can't get them right. It's just certain. She was the one that bought my shoes. And if I showed you my shoe situation right now, I got clothes. I just don't buy shoes. I don't, because all my life she has bought my shoes. I haven't launched a book since she died, because since I've been a writer, she has bought my first case of books every time I publish a book. So I've written books, but I haven't launched them because I feel like without her, who's gonna buy them? She was always my covering. Like, if don't nobody else buy it, I bought me a case. I don't know. See, D Moore said her husband bought her tennis shoes. It's certain things that people do for you that it's almost like you can't do them for yourself. But I'm gonna figure it out. But am I gonna need some help? Yes. I'm gonna go live later today and try to get me some volunteers. I'm gonna, I'm about to do something I rarely do, and that's ask for help. Not only ask for help, but let people help me. I will ask people for help, then I'll do it myself. So I'm about to start asking for help, and I'm gonna let people help me. I'm gonna get out the way and let them help. D Morris, that is hilarious. Yeah, Trey, let me tell you, how many of y'all ask for help and then you don't let the people help you? Girl, I'm gonna ask for so much help, y'all gonna be tired of me. I'm gonna ask for so much help that y'all are gonna be tired of me. Y'all gonna be like, now she just went too far. She didn't come back because she just went too far. That's too much help. Well, I am. I gotta get it. Yeah, so that's me. I'm gonna get out of here so I can start my day. I got a meeting with the contractor today. They bringing some more U-Haul pods to my house so I can finish packing the downstairs. I think the SBA is coming over here today, but I am gonna be live later today to talk about how people can get involved and people can help out, and I am gonna take the help because I need it. I am not too strong to ask for help and not too strong to take it. So I love you guys, and I will be back a little bit later. Let me try to do something with this house. But I'm back, and I love you guys.